Hello, McFluffy52 here, back with some more March of the Machine action, and today we're playing a Naya Convoke Ancient Imperiosaur deck. So we're playing the Chonkosaurus, 7 mana, 6/6 Convoke Ward 2 Ancient Imperiosaur enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it for each creature that convoked it. So if you convoke this out for its full mana cost, it is a 2020 Trample Ward 2 Dinosaur, which is absolutely massive. Now, the goal with this deck is to go ahead and convoke this out as fast as possible. Our goal is to convoke out like 15/15 or greater, like turn 3, and then swing in turn 4. So we have a bunch of 1-drops and 1-drops and 2-drops to enable this, and then we have a few other things that reward us for going wide, like Elesh Norn, Jetemir, and Knight-Errant of Eos. I will say I cannot take credit for this deck. I found this deck on a Reddit post where they said, I rode Naya Ancient Imperiosaur to Mythic in one day, and now I'm sad. They described it as turning on God mode, and they just won a bunch. So I was incredibly curious to see this deck and try it out for myself, so I thought I would go ahead and share this experience with you all, and let's see how we can do with this list. This list is basically the exact list they posted in a comment in the thread. So I none of this is really mine at all, but I thought it'd be super fun, and we can go ahead and check it out together. I tried to make a Ancient Imperiosaur deck myself, but I was trying to play it with Hot Springs to try and give it haste. Definitely way more jank than this. This is we're just trying to get the Imperiosaur down turn 3, turn 4, and swing in turn 5, turn 6 to kill our opponent. That is the goal here. We'll see how it works. I played one game with like this revised list, and we got down a like 16/16 dinosaur turn 4, so that's pretty good, I would say. And then we just had to swing in like twice. So this hand we got Citanul Stalwart, which is not bad. I don't know if this is exactly going to be the fastest Imperiosaur, but we can drop some 1-drops, which is good. We are going first, which is another advantage. Ooh, we can play down this and then cast out another creature here. And then next turn we should be hopefully able to drop the dinosaur. Yep, auto pay. This is why we're playing the Citanul Stalwarts, or I assume this is why they put the Citanul Stalwarts in the deck, because they can tap for mana. It means that we can convoke, or we can get more creatures down even faster. So like next turn, if we draw land, we can convoke our Imperiosaur, which is crazy. That is a little bit problematic because they're going to probably shoot down one of our creatures. But we can Knight-Errant of Eos, which is something here. I think we'll just go ahead and do that. Well, I guess we can play out a creature here and then still convoke. Yeah, we can still do this then. Alright, well, not exactly a dinosaur turn 3, but I would say this is still pretty good. Well, they're an Epicure and a Skrelv. It's not bad. We have a Skrelv on the battlefield, but... And then we can invoke out a dinosaur this following turn, and that's pretty big. Is this deck the truth? The person sold it as like an amazing deck, and you know what, I seems pretty cool. Go ahead and do that so we have even more creatures to convoke with. Convoke, convoke, convoke. Yep. Can you convoke that? Thank you. Tap for convoke. And then I guess we can play out another scroll. 18/18 turn 4 with 3 lands. Hmm. Hmm. Wait a minute. We're about to win next turn if our Imperiosaur lives. The opponent would need another land and then targeted removal, because it has Ward 2, and so there's no 1-cost removal that is going to kill our Ancient Imperiosaur here. Actually, that's a lie. If they have a sacrifice removal, those can go for 1 mana at sorcery speed. They would have to sacrifice their Phyrexian Dragon Engine, which would leave us with enough creatures to still swing in for some serious damage. We can also give our Imperiosaur unblockable with the Skrelv. There's maybe a case for the fact that we shouldn't have detonated our Skrelv just to convoke out a larger Imperiosaur. A smaller one would have done fine, and then we would have had the Skrelv to give it hexproof. But You know, I was going for Big Dino as fast as possible, and Big Dino as fast as possible delivered. Man, this deck is actually, so far, the 2 games that I've played with it, let's qualify this with the 2 games have been played so far, but so far, so fun. Is this another rope from a giant dino on turn 4? Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. If they had a removal for it, they would have just ripped it as soon as possible, so I think we're good to go. I think this is a salty rope. The dinosaur claims its first victim on the ranked ladder. I know this deck style has shown up in Modern. Um, I shouldn't play that out. Doesn't really matter all that much. We're gonna just go ahead and swing in with everything. Skrelv, you can stay alive, just so that we can keep our dino from dying from removal. I don't know if our opponent's entirely roping us. They may have just had to go somewhere for a second. Though they're delaying here as well. But maybe they're just thinking about their left choices. It was funny, the poster on Reddit was describing how they're like, I was trying to ramp out Atali, I was doing pretty good turn 4, and then the opponent dropped this massive dino. I was like, what am I doing wrong? And so they decided to try and make the deck themselves. So they even saw it from someone else. But as I understand, this deck is actually quite doing quite good in Modern, where you can get out the Imperiosaur even easier, or like there's other tricks you can use. That is that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Is this our secret to getting Mythic today? I still love the fact that they're like, they describe it as turning on like God mode in a game where you're like have a lot of fun for a split second and then it's like, wait a minute. This isn't even challenging. But yeah, you can drop massive dino turn 3, swing in turn 4, which is crazy. Yeah, they said plat 4 to mythic in less than 24 hours. I was hesitant to believe them, but this deck is performing. All right. The opponent has the sandy what do they call them? Or what is wandering hedron? There's the pet of the month, I believe, is like a not a sandy one, but like a stone looking hedron thing. The game is doing its fancy thing where it struggles to load. Have any of you tried in Ancient Imperiosaur? I was gonna try and play it, or I tried to play it in our +1/+1 counters deck that we did with the Botanical Brawler, but I think it's honestly better served in a deck like this where it's very much dedicated to it, because you really want other creatures on the battlefield for the card to be any good. A 7-mana 6/6 with Ward 2 and Trample is not really good on the curve there. Uh, so you really need to get at least like 4+1 counters for it to maybe be worth it. And so that you need at least like 2 other creatures, but do you really want to tap down all those creatures later in the game? So you really need to design a deck to go tokeny and wide. And the +1 counters deck we were playing was not quite tokeny and wide. So I do think Ancient Imperiosaur is kind of restricted to a kind of token deck like this. Alright, this hand is actually pretty good. We got Citanul Stalwart into Courier's Briefcase, uh, and a Gleeful Demolition. But we don't have the Imperiosaur. We don't have the Imperiosaur. Do we just try it? Okay, this is gonna be the first attempt at no Imperiosaur in hand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My bad. Should have kept a hand with Imperiosaur. We're playing one Murex because it can create well, there was one Murex in the deck listed because it creates these Phyrexian Mites, which we can sacrifice to Gleeful Demolition in a pinch. Opponent has pretty much the idea. Uh, Ancient Imperiosaur? Hell yeah. Okay. Is this a This is like another like pretty much perfect hand. We can tap down our other creature. Oh, we can actually tap down this. We can tap down the Briefcase before we sacrifice it. Alright, next turn we convoke out an Imperiosaur if all of our creatures live. If our creatures don't live, ooh. We can play down a Briefcase, which is mana neutral. Will we beat mono red on the play? That is a question. I don't know if we should convoke down all of our creatures here, honestly. Do we convoke down all our creatures? Maybe it would pay to have one chump blocker. If we convoke down all of our creatures, we get a 16/16. But we could also be dead next turn. Let's just do that. Seems good enough. 14/14 is pretty good. Nope, we're not playing Skrelv here. You're not going to bait me into it. Can't block, and then we would tap down both of our creatures. We can chump block the Feldon with the Citanul Stalwart and block the etchings with the Imperiosaur. What we'd really like to top deck off the top of our library is a land and an Elesh Norn. Okay, well, can't exactly do that if we block with our Citanul Stalwart. I think our opponent's questioning what they're supposed to do about the Imperiosaur, but at the same time, they're mono red on the play. They have 7 damage if they get through with everything, so we do kind of want to block these things. That was a very handy top deck, drawing into the Imperiosaur. I know Best of One has like hand smoothing. I wonder if there's part of the hand smoothing. Wait, we can make them exile like half of their deck with this ancient Imperiosaur. We block the Feldon with the Imperiosaur, they would exile the top 14 cards of their library. I don't think that's worth, but we will go ahead and do this. They get to exile the top card of their library, it's fine with us. It's probably not going to be too much. Oh no, that is about as bad as it could have been. They would have drawn it into it next turn, but that is awful for us. It's a Norn. Alright, we'll take it. We do need more mana, so I think we just play down Resolute Reinforce. I think we... No! I wanted to play the Briefcase. Damn it. Alright, well, that's okay. Alright, we're just gonna do 2 swings. That's the plan. Johnny 2 swings, the old Imperiosaur. I should have played that Briefcase down because then we would have been able to play Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn actually works as a pretty good finisher for going wide as well because we can just pay 3, sacrifice, and go crazy. Go crazy, go stupid. Oh, thank God. You know what I am terrified? We take down mono red on the play. Oh my goodness. The bafflingly large dinosaur. These are the games that I live for. I wonder if by the end of this video we're gonna be feeling like our the poster that we've turned on God mode. If we can get Jetemir down with the dinosaur, we can have like a double striking massive dinosaur, which is kind of funny. Alright, double Jetemir. It's not exactly ideal, but we'll take it. It's nice with the Citanul Stalwart, we can actually tap these briefcases for mana. Kind of fun. Ooh, well, they're an Epicure. It's fine. We can actually play out both this Briefcase and this Epicure if our Stalwart lives. Ooh, that's a go wide. Why would I tap down the other creature when I can tap that? I guess I could have set up a Gleeful Demolition. I could have Gleeful Demolitioned, and then if I top deck into a land, I could have Jetmired, but it's fine. That would have been also a pretty insane curve. Ooh, breach. Yeah, the living nightmare for this deck is End the Festivities. If we run into a single opponent running it, oh my goodness, we are so dead. Wait, we can cast this? Oh yeah, we can cast it. Alright, we're gonna save that for next turn. Does this give our creatures haste? No, it doesn't. It's fine. We'll just play this. Generate red by, you know what, let's tap the blood token, submit. We'll play another Epicure and then sack something. Sack one of these and sack a blood token. Alright, if we top deck an Imperiosaur, we can full convoke the Imperiosaur, dropping a 20/20 on turn 3 or 4. Of course, we can also just play Jetemir down this next turn and give our entire team plus like 4/4 and double strike or something. Oh my goodness, that is actually pretty perfect. Now we don't even have to tap that down. No, I would like to pay with this red or something. Auto pay. Yeah, I want my creatures untapped, thank you. It's, bruh, no way. If they remove one of our creatures, we go down to... Well, they could also have a go for the third for Jetemir, but we have another Jetemir in hand. They could kill the Jetemir. Nope, they have nothing. You're kidding me. They actually had no removal? That's unbelievable. I mean, maybe Dino is not the only win con. I only have 3 Jetmirs. The original deck has 4 Jetmirs. I kind of understand why. I swapped one of the Jetmirs, or the missing Jetmir, for an Elesh Norn. Just because that was the other... They had a 1 of Elesh Norn in the deck. So instead, I'm running... Well, okay, this is another good hand. I don't know what to say, but this is a pretty good hand. We're missing a 1-drop, so we're going to be a little bit late to the party, I think. But this isn't terrible. They're also on the play. That is worrisome, but we will live, hopefully. Play out this. Next turn we can Resolute Reinforcements and Gleeful Demolition the Courier's Briefcase, because the Murex, when it enters the battlefield, you can add 1 mana of any color. Thank you. I don't know why I necessarily flashed it in here. I could have waited till their turn, but it's fine. Everything is fine. We could have held off the Resolute Reinforcements until their turn and just Gleeful Demolition, but it's fine. And then we can Knight-Errant of Eos, actually. That's kind of weird. That was why I did it. That's actually why I did it. Little known secret. It wasn't because I was impatient, it was because I wanted to get the Knight down and Convoke out for free. 2 free creatures, sure. And then we can get a full cost Ancient Imperiosaur next turn. Or a full body Ancient Imperiosaur. Opponent onto land. So if we can get them not to play a land and a land into a go for the throat on our Ancient Imperiosaur, that'd be great. Because we might have a 1-shot on the way. We still could draw into a Jetemir. Opponent's just pouring mana into their... Alright, so we have 6 creatures. This will take us up to 7, and then we can just full Convoke. Yep. Full Convoke, 20/20. Well, let's go. Dropping a 20/20 on turn 4. I feel like we're getting lucky. You're gonna go on a lose streak at some point, but this win streak so far has been entertaining. Entertaining, to say the least. Do you have a go for the throat? It's gonna cost you your entire turn. If you don't have a go for the throat, you're dead. Oh my goodness. You go for the throat of the night, and then we play the Imperiosaur. Ugh. That is the price you pay for wasting your removal in standard. If you waste your removal, sometimes the opponent's just gonna drop the clock. No, but if you do waste your removal, you'll probably die to like Shieldred or a million other things because there's a lot of really strong cards in standard. Standard is a large pool of cards with quite a few strong ones. Oh yeah, I forget if I said this at the beginning of the video. I'll put a link to the post in the description. We play Citanul Stalwart because it's key to the whole Convoke out, or help us pay for something on turn 2. You gotta be kidding me. This is too good. What the heck? No. Give me menace. This can't be happening. It can't be this consistent. It really can't. It really can't. If we convoke out another dinosaur turn 3, I'm gonna lose my mind. There's no way. There is literally no way. I guess we play this. Do we need this land? Alright, I think we can just full convoke, auto pay. 2020 on turn 3. God damn. They can't even remove it. They could have a 1-mana bounce spell. That is their one hope and dream, I guess. The best part is the reaction from the opponents that literally stare at the board for like several minutes being like, oh crap. Do they have the removal? I'm very curious if we will find somebody who can deal with the dino. So the Imperiosaur not jank. There's no way. There is no way. There is no way. Is it that easy to get it in your hand? Are we just shuffler gods? I mean, we won with Jetemir, to be fair. I do think you should not go for like 2 Elesh Norns and 3 Jetemirs, just jam 4 Jetemirs. Jetemir absolutely obliterated that one opponent. So Jetemir is your other friend in this deck. Do put Jetemir over the Elesh Norn. This is ridiculous, though. This is ridiculous. Alright, we'll take this hand. This actually works pretty well because we can go Voldaren Epicure into Gleeful Demolition on the blood token. We also have Briefcase, so we could do Briefcase as well, and then we can convoke out a Knight-Errant of Eos on that turn, and then play Jetemir the following turn, maybe? So we have a pretty good curve here. Starts with Voldaren Epicure, and then we go into Courier Briefcase with Gleeful Demolition. God damn it. Why are we so good at drawing it in the opening hand? What is this deck? This is actually absurd. I've never been this blown away. We are going second. This is a little bit of a disadvantage. We do need another green creature. Actually, we can just use the mana that we'll have open. Okay, that's pretty good. Play this. We generate another creature, and then we can sack the Briefcase, turn this into a creature, or 3 creatures, and then we play a land and we convoke out the Imperiosaur next turn. But we do get a free Knight-Errant of Eos turn 2. Pick up a Skrelv, sure, why not? There's gotta be something illegal. There's gotta be something illegal happening, what the hell? This is absurd. I'm so sorry, opponent. I am sorry for what is about to happen. We have 6 creatures. We don't have enough green to full convoke the Imperiosaur, but we can still convoke it out for a decent bit of manas, or a decent... I should have played out another creature, because then we wouldn't have to convoke with our knight, and then we can swing in with the knight. This is all part of the plan, I assure you. I think this works, yeah. And the green, giant dino. While we're at it, play out a 1/1. Oh, attack. Bonk. Next turn, if we top deck a land, we play Jetemir. We have a double striking 18/18 dino. This is wrong. There's a glitch in the matrix. They do get a blocker here, because the Topiary Stomper will be able to block, because they will get a 7th land. They've done some ramping themselves. They got the Invasion of Urgamon, which they then ramped into... Yeah. We've plowed through Diamond 3, straight up to Diamond 2. What? I'm so confused. This is the secret mythic deck. What the heck? I mean, is this deck even rare intensive? Yeah, it is, actually. The lands, the Imperiosaur, the Knight, and then you also have Skrelv, and you have Jetemir and Elesh Norn. So yeah, this deck is definitely rare intensive. You know what? Let's try it. We're itching to lose here. That is the goal. We can Resolute Reinforcements. That's not going to do enough. That's fine. Alright. Top deck the Imperiosaur for like the 5th time. Or are we just going to have to win with Elesh Norn? I'm very curious. Okay, that is a good top deck. Pretty arguably good top deck. We can play this, and then we can play out this, because we can tap this, because we need to sack the Briefcase. And then next turn we can play out Elesh Norn, and then the following turn we can sacrifice. They might blow up our Citanul Stalwart, though. In that case, we can just play out Knight-Errant of Eos. There's a 4/4 blocker against mono red, not bad turn 3. 4/4 in turn 3, not terrible. Ancestral Anger. We're a Boros Prowess deck. So we're probably playing Monastery Mentor. Homestead Courage, that is... You know what? Nice. I can tell that we're gonna be struggling now. Okay, well, not so much. White. Tap. Autopay. Thank you. We'll take that. And then our opponent has to deal with Elesh Norn. Otherwise, we flip Elesh Norn. I haven't actually ever flipped Elesh Norn, so this is exciting if we can get it to stick around. We need 3 creatures remaining, though, so we might not be able to block this Swift Spear. But if we do get Elesh Norn to stick around, oh boy, ooh baby. 3 mana, do they have 5 damage to Norn? We're not going to be blocking with Norn. The opponent swings in and hits us in the face, they're going to have to pay the Norn tax. Mama Norn says, if a source an opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, that source's damage must pay 1 mana or 2 life. We can chump block here, I think. Because we can also play out a Knight if necessary. So we're gonna go for the chump block. 4 damage, not exactly something ideal to be. Not exactly ideal when we're on 14 life. They go ahead and pay the Norn taxes, the Mama taxes. I'm gonna go ahead and convoke with all of our creatures here. Oh, wait, we want to be able to flip Norn. Well, if Norn's going to be flipping, we can then go ahead and tap Norn because we don't care, right? And we get this Knight. We convoked it for 4, so we can actually pick up 2 things potentially. Okay, well, not a whole lot of things going on, but sacrifice 3 things. Well, that will be these 3. And then we get the True Scriptures, which will generate 5 2/2s. I guess I should go ahead and read through Norn, just in case. But yeah, you can see incubate 5 times and transform all incubate tokens you control. So we get 5 2/2s. Next turn they become 3/3s and gain double strike, as well as our as well as our Knight-Errant of Eos gets +1/+1 and double strike, which should be exciting. Do they have Depopulate? I mean, we can just block with the Knight. Or we could take it. But they could have a combination of spells that turns out to be lethal. Let's block with a 2/2. Do they have anything that could give it trample? Angel Fire Ignition is what I'm thinking of. That gives trample, lifelink, indestructible. Nope. Okay, fine. And I think that might be game. Is there anything that they could play that would stop us here? I'm trying to think. They could have like a cut short. You know, we'll go ahead and swing in first. Just see what's up. An Emperor? You're still taking 4 3/3s with double strike? How much damage is that? 4 3/3s with double strike. That's 6 each. So 6 times 4, 24. Yep, good game. So we win with Norn. Alright, not bad. Norn definitely is slower win than the other ones, but hey, we still flipped Norn turn 4? That's still pretty good, actually. Turn 4, turn 5, did we flip it? I don't know. Maybe Norn's not actually that bad in this deck. Alright, we'll play one more game. See if we can lose a single match here. We've been kind of just win streaking, but I don't know if playing that many more games is going to be that more helpful in the video, so that's why we'll end it after this one. Blue Wolf Games. This deck list has proven to be kind of absurd so far. Okay, this hand is most questionable of all the ones, but we'll give it a go. We haven't, we've mulliganed. Have we mulliganed once? The entire set of games we played? I don't think we've mulliganed a single time. Which is kind of crazy that we're doing things consistently, ridiculous on turn 4, turn 5. Skrelv can't block, so we could just attack in with Skrelv. We don't have anything else to protect at the moment. Get a little damage in. Play Jetemir down next. Jetemir just might eat removal. Razor Ridge Thicket, that comes on untapped, so we can go ahead and do this. Is that worth? I mean, our creatures get vigilance, so it's not bad. That is not bad. Might block the 1/1 here. Or the 2/1 rather. Yep. Kinda expected that. Actually, you can give it protection. You're pretty good, Jetemir. We'll let you be. We will let you be. Alright, so we can play this. That makes our board go even wider. And then if we do this and Convoke it out with these two, and then maybe the 2/1? I don't know. Our board is even wider. Pick up these two. I think we just hold off for a turn. Because we could attack in with Jetemir, but they could double block and play with fire or something like that. The next turn we go for lethal. We do have Knight-Errant of Eos as a nice blocker. Ooh, they just have Urabrask. That's good against our trample here. But that means we just don't attack in with Jetemir, and then everything else is chilling. Alright, can we go up to the number of creatures needed to give them double strike? I don't know if we can. We're going to try to. Alright, well, cycle away a Skrelv? No, let's go away with land. Oh wait, we could just give Jetemir unblockable. Let's go ahead and do that then. There we go. And then Jetemir. Oh wait, we can just pay the mana. You can't be targeted by red. And then all attack. And we can actually fight the Urabrask with fire. Okay, you know what? This deck's just the truth. They're taking 16 damage from Jetemir anyway, so or maybe not exactly, but holy moly. Um, you know, this deck is a lot of fun, and it might just be good. It might just be good. I mean, we've only played how many games here, so it's not exactly like a huge sample size, but my goodness, the fact that we didn't lose a single one is kind of a good sign. So huge shout out to the Redditor who shared their particular list because I think this is an amazing list for standard. I know they're like, I'm not sure if this is optimized. I have to say this. I don't know if I would really even change that much. I mean, I switched out one Elesh Norn and it still worked out fine. Courier's Briefcase works well with Gleeful Demolition. Skrelv works well with Gleeful Demolition. Volcarion Epicure works well with Gleeful Demolition. Citanul Stalwart is amazing because it helps you pay for those other 1-drops that you cast on turn 2. Or like you can play a 2-drop and a 1-drop on turn 2, which helps you flood the board even more. And then, Briefcase also ramps you potentially for your Jetemir. Elesh Norn. Knight-Errant of Eos, awesome to convoke out there just to get your board even wider, turn like 2 or 3 if you have nothing to do, and then maybe you eventually get to your Imperiosaur, but even without Imperiosaur, we won games with Elesh Norn and Jetemir. Mirix is nice. I don't know if it's entirely necessary, like maybe like late game you do the whole create a Mite, but it's nice that it comes in and can tap for any type of mana. So I didn't entirely hate it for that reason. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, leaving a like, commenting, all that good stuff. It helps out a ton. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.